Donald Trump is now responding to the United States Supreme Court decision to permit him to use SEAL Team 6 to kill his political opponents. In the 6-3 decision, the United States Supreme Court held that Donald Trump had king-like powers. He had the powers of a monarch. His powers are absolute so long as they're official acts. A 6-3 decision by the right-wing Supreme Court gives Donald Trump absolute presidential immunity for conduct within his core presidential powers, absolute presidential immunity from official conduct or for official conduct, and with a strong presumption that any conduct by the president is official conduct, and then to exclude any evidence that could potentially be used against a president or former president involving conduct while they were in office that could be construed as official conduct or worthy of immunity. Here's what Donald Trump just posted. He goes, "The Supreme Court totally dismantled most of the charges against me. Joe Biden should now call off his, quote, dogs. Our country should now be focused on greatness again." And he puts that in caps, clearly spiking the football after the Supreme Court, bought and paid for by the Federalist Society, delivered this massive victory to Donald Trump, immunizing his conduct. Donald Trump then writes, "Big win for our Constitution and democracy. Proud to be an American," all in caps, exclamation point. But he wasn't done there. He also posted, "Today's historic decision by the Supreme Court should end all of crooked Joe Biden's witch hunts against me, including the New York hoaxes, the Manhattan scam cooked up by Soros-backed DA Alvin Bragg, racist New York Attorney General Tish James, shameless attack on the amazing businesses that I have built, and the fake Bergdorf-Goodman case. Proud to be an American," exclamation point. He's referring to the case where he was accused of sexual assault and found liable for sexual assault. He's referring to the civil fraud case, and he's referring to the Manhattan District Attorney criminal case against him. More on that in a moment, where Donald Trump will utilize the Supreme Court decision to try to get those cases overturned as well, since the Supreme Court has now held in this decision that any of Donald Trump's statements while he was in office could be construed as possibly being afforded immunity and would not be permitted to be brought up in actions against him. Just take a look at what Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson said in her dissent. She says, "While the president may have the authority to decide to remove the attorney general, for example, the question here before the court is whether the president has the option to remove the attorney general by, say, poisoning him to death. Put another way, the issue here is not whether the president has exclusive removal power, but whether a generally applicable criminal law prohibiting murder can restrict how the president exercises that authority." Also, that was in the dissenting opinion. In the majority opinion authored by Chief Justice Roberts, he also decreed at the end in one offhand sentence that the Department of Justice should have zero independence at all, saying that Donald Trump should have absolute immunity for the following: "The president may discuss potential investigations and prosecutions with his attorney general and other Justice Department officials to carry out his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed." In other words, Donald Trump can order his attorney general to go after people and attack people, and under the take care clause, Donald Trump should have absolute immunity for that. As Asharangappa says, according to the court, a president could literally provide the leader of a hostile adversary with intelligence needed to win a conflict in which we are involved, or even attack or invade the U.S. and not be prosecuted for treason, because negotiating with the heads of state is an exclusive Article 2 function, in case you were wondering. As Kristen Farias says, so if I'm reading Trump versus United States correctly, a president scheming with his aides to cover up a break-in at the party headquarters of his political opponents is either absolutely or presumptively immune from federal prosecution. What a time to be alive. Josh Shafit says, so is there any way to read the majority such that ordering the military to assassinate a domestic political rival isn't an official act and therefore absolutely immune? Well, according to the dissent and based on a plain reading of the court's decision, no, a president can order the assassination of political opponents, the massacre and murdering of the opposing political parties, and those would be official acts. As Justice Sotomayor states in her dissent, looking beyond the fate of this particular prosecution, the long-term consequences of today's decision are stark. The court effectively creates a law-free zone around the president, upsetting the status quo that has existed since the founding. This new official acts immunity now lies about like a loaded weapon for any president that wishes to place his own interest, his own political survival, or his own financial gain above the interest of the nation. The president of the United States is the most powerful person in the country and possibly the world. When he uses his official powers in any way under the majority's reasoning, he now will be insulated from criminal prosecution. Order the Navy SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival, immune. Organize a military coup to hold on to power, immune. Take a bribe in exchange for a pardon, immune, immune, immune. Let the president violate the law. Let him exploit the trappings of his office for personal gain. Let him use official power for evil ends. Because if he knew that he may one day face liability for breaking the law, he may not be as bold and fearless as we would like him to be. That is the majority's message today. Even if these nightmare scenarios never played out, and I pray they never do, the damage has been done. The relationship between the president and the people he serves has shifted irrevocably. In every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law. And remember, before this decision issued, Donald Trump basically told the Supreme Court what he wanted them to do. This is what he posted last night before the decision was rendered, or before the decision was posted. Trump wrote, "Without presidential immunity, a president of the United States literally cannot function. It should be a strong immunity where proper decisions can be made, where our country can be powerful and thrive, and where opponents cannot hold up and extort a future president for political gain. It is a big decision, an important decision, a decision which can affect the success or failure of our country for decades to come. We want a great country, not a weak, withering, and ineffective one. Strong presidential immunity is a must." Recall that Donald Trump then posted yesterday the following: "Elizabeth Lynn Cheney is guilty of treason. If you want televised military tribunals, retruth or repost this." Under the court's order, Donald Trump would be permitted to order the assassination or military tribunal of Liz Cheney, and that would be part of his take care clause power, and he could kill her if he wanted to and be absolutely immune for it. He can kill anybody watching this, he could kill me, he could shut down the media, and he would be absolutely immune under the current Supreme Court ruling. By the way, recall back in May 2017 what Donald Trump did. I know this doesn't get a lot of attention because I understand that our corporate media likes to aid and abet fascism, and they would like to focus more on President Biden's stutter than Donald Trump's treason. But remember back in May of 2017, Trump revealed highly classified information to Russian foreign minister and ambassadors Sergei Lavrov and Sergei Kislyak. You remember that? And then when Trump was confronted with it, he said, "Yes, I did it. As president, I wanted to share with Russia at an openly scheduled White House meeting, which I have the absolute right to do, facts pertaining to terrorism and airline flight safety, humanitarian reasons. Plus, I wanted Russia to greatly step up their fight against ISIS and terrorism, so we shared with them classified information there." And remember when Donald Trump gave a press conference recently, and he was asked, "Hey, your lawyers argued, you would have SEAL Team 6 kill your political opponents?" And Donald Trump was like, "Yeah, first let me show you Trump's lawyer at oral argument. Just so you understand that this isn't hyperbole, certainly not hyperbole. You're here. I'm reading to you what the dissent is saying that the opinion means, because they're reading the same opinion that I'm reading. Trump's lawyer argued before the Supreme Court that Trump could order SEAL Team 6 to kill his political opponent and that would be an official act. This is what Trump's lawyer said, just so you can hear it. Play it.
What about getting SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival? Let's roll that tape.
If the president decides that his rival is a corrupt person and he orders the military or orders someone to assassinate him, is that within his official acts that for which he can get immunity?
It would depend on the hypothetical, but we can see that could well be an official.
And here's what Donald Trump said at a press conference when he was asked. So your lawyer argued that. Do you really believe that that's your power? Here's what he says.
Do you agree with your lawyers what they said on Tuesday, that you should not be prosecuted or could not be prosecuted if you ordered SEAL Team 6 to kill a political opponent?
Well, you're talking about a totally different case, the immunity. I say this, on immunity, very simple. If a president of the United States does not have immunity, he'll be totally ineffective because he won't be able to do anything, because it will mean he'll be prosecuted, strongly prosecuted perhaps, as soon as he leaves office by the opposing party.
Folks, this is the United States of America, or was the United States of America. But I want to keep it as the United States of America. And I know that we, the people, need a voice in this. We, the people, need to speak up. We, the people, need to let people know what's up. We need to share this opinion. We need to tell others. We need to be the change that we wanted. We have a corrupt, authoritarian Supreme Court that wants to turn our country into Russia, into a fascist state. That's what they're saying today, the right-wing Supreme Court. And it's important that we take our agency back and we take our power back, and that we let people know what's up. So please share this message, hit subscribe. Let's keep on growing this platform together. Thanks for watching. Let's get to 3 million subscribers. It's more important forever, more important than ever we get out this message. Thanks for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.